Those of you with seats, please do be seated. What an entrance, what a crowd you are to work with already. Thank you so very much. Again, an official welcome. It is my absolute pleasure on behalf of, wait for it, Dawson the Doodle and his grandparents to welcome you all here to this stunning Brooklyn estate here in the sublime Upper Swan. How lucky we are, and how lucky we are to have visitors here as well. You have all been invited to witness and to share with Alexander and Melissa in the fantastic celebration of marriage. Alexander's and Melissa's family are delighted to have you as their guests on this wonderful occasion. Thank you to the many of you who have willingly travelled such great distances to be here for this very moment in time. We would like to take a moment to remember the loved ones who cannot be here, to share this moment with them today. They hold these loved ones close to their hearts. So at this very time, we would like to take a moment of silence to honour those special loved ones who cannot be here. Alexander and Melissa, in the warmth of your huppa and under this warm sun, this is your sanctuary. Surrounded by loved ones whose joy and prayers are with you, you stand in this huppa, a symbol of your new home. Its four sides are open, symbolising the importance of community. Friends and family will fill your home, and may that home be a shelter against the storms, a haven of peace, and a stronghold of faith and of love. Committing to each other is a unique spiritual connection of two people united for a common purpose, bringing love and trust together into a single focus. We've come together in the presence of God and of love to witness and bless the joining of Alexander and Melissa. The union of heart, body and mind is intended for mutual joy, for the help and comfort given one another in prosperity and adversity, and then nurture of the knowledge and love of God. Therefore, this marriage is not to be entered into lightly, but reverently, deliberately, and in accordance with the purpose for which it is intended. Thank you, Melissa. Marriage is a commitment to life. Marriage encourages and nurtures new life and new experiences. Marriage is a promise. It is a potential made in the hearts of two people who love each other, and yet it takes an absolute lifetime to fulfill. So very blessed is a couple which enters their marriage with approval and blessings of family and friends. Today, Melissa has been proudly escorted by her lovely parents, David and Barbara. Melissa holds family in a very special place in her heart, and it's something that we are all very aware of. The distance might be great, but her love stretches far greater. Her family will forever be a beacon of strength and resilience, knowing that whatever happens here in Australia, they are only ever a phone call, a FaceTime, or a little flight away. Even better is that they too adore Alexander. But this respectful custom is a sign of the love and respect that Melissa has for her mum and for her dad, who gave Mel the courage to follow her dreams, of which we are so very grateful. Therefore, I must officially ask, who brings this woman to marry this man? Thank you. Only once in your life, I truly believe, you find someone who can completely turn your world around. You tell them things that you've never shared with another soul, and they absorb everything that you say, and they actually want to hear more. When something wonderful happens, you can't wait to tell them about it, knowing that they will share in your excitement. You can be exactly yourself and not worry about what they'll think of you, because they love you for exactly what you already are. You find strength in knowing that you have the truest of friend and a soulmate who will remain loyal to the end. Life seems completely different. It seems exciting and most definitely worthwhile. Now, some of you might know Zan and Mel's love story. Some of you might know it completely. So there's one girl here that knows it from the very start. Was it Sam? Sam, where are you? Sam knows everything. But I asked them to write out their love story for me, their own versions. It was hilarious because Zan's was so beautifully written. Beth, you would be so proud. Yeah, it was so involved. It started with, he was laying in the float tank. Mel's was short, to the point. Short, to the point. Don't know anyone like that. But this is the shortened version. This love story began in a university class, sexology. Zan, well, he was dressed in a cardigan, his best one. Honey, when you'd be proud of that. He spotted a strikingly beautiful girl, 5'0", with a Southern Belle accent and a compelling aura. Mel, who was studying abroad and living her best Aussie life, was paired with the cute cardigan boy. For the class, they were matched for the icebreaker questions. How very perfect. And Zan apparently turned on his best larrikin charm. And it was following this that Mel failed her first and only ever failed exam. Was she distracted? So Zan came to the rescue. Study buddies they became. Next, they attended an eye contact experiment in the city. They had to stare deep into each other's eyes, surrounded by hundreds of randoms. And it's fair to say that something very special happened that day. But it would be 4 more long and torturous months for Mel before it actually happened. Mel fell for Zan's brilliant mind, his cheeky smile and kind-hearted view on the world. He's very easy to love. Also that he knew how to play beer pong, but she, being a sorority girl, well, she was far better. She just let him think he was teaching her how to play it. Mel left Australia. Zan visited. They fell in love with each other's worlds and families, with such wonderful, wonderful people that surround them. Together they've grown older, wiser and closer. They got sweet Dawson, and here we are today. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are ever invited to a sexology class, maybe you should go. And that is the love story of Alexander and Melissa by their words. There's a few pages because that stands. So now for a little bit of light-hearted fun. You would have expected this for sure. I'm going to invite Mary Wolfer to please share a little fun with us. Thank you, Mary.
Mel and Zan's love story may have started in sexology class, but it grew over various dates they went on exploring Perth and getting to know each other. One of those dates was the eye contact experiment. Hundreds of people, including Mel and Zan, gathered in the city to sit across from a stranger and make eye contact with each other. Mel sat there wishing Zan would see how gorgeous. Took 2 more months until he finally came to his senses. Mel and Zan have continued this tradition of making eye contact with each other for at least 1 minute every day. Much like science tells us, 1 minute of hugging someone you love every day can boost your endorphins and give you those good love chemicals that just make you feel good all over. Making eye contact and really focusing on the face in front of you, especially if it's someone you love, is such a beautiful way to bond. Today, they'd like to invite you to take part in this experiment too. Everybody ready? So find someone new or someone you love, introduce yourselves quickly, and settle in for 30 seconds of eye contact. It's okay to giggle, it's okay to feel funny and weird, but hopefully this helps you to connect and feel a little more love today. I'll give you a moment and then I'll let you know when 30 seconds start, because I'm going to start the stopwatch.
You're not looking.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Sterling, I'm gonna grab you. We're gonna do it with each other. Okay. Side eye. What do you think about
it? Halfway there.
Yes. I've been watching. Look at how good you look today. Yeah. You look very sharp.
Yeah, of course I do.
Of course I do.
Round of applause to Mary, thank you very much.
Let me get a little video of you for Grandma.
And I would
Say hi
like
to
Mackenzie
Mel's grandma.
owes me one that he didn't have to do.
Grandma.
I, Sasha Wetherall, authorised marriage celebrant, am duly authorised by the law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of your witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Alexander, do you take Melissa to be your wife? Will you always be her best friend, her study buddy and steering partner? Will you promise to pay her lots of attention and support her through her whimsical ways?
I do.
Do you, Melissa, take Alexander to be your husband, to dream with, laugh with, adventure with and love? Will you promise to pay him more attention than Dawes and support him through his much loved and very necessary afternoon naps? I do. To you all, family and friends, you've been invited here today as you hold the special place in the lives of Zan and Mel. Do each of you promise to support their marriage, to laugh with them daily, respect their perfect complexities, and to love with them wholeheartedly? We do. Of course, Alexander and Melissa have written their own wedding vows, and I'm going to get you to first start.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Alexander David Ferguson, take you, Melissa Kate Greenberg, to be my lawful wedded wife. Sweet Melissa, standing here today in front of all of our loved ones to be joined together in marriage, I truly couldn't be happier. I feel like the luckiest man in the world to be marrying you. I'm so grateful for the millions of decisions that each of us made in our lives, which ended up bringing us together from the other side of the earth. From the very first moment I saw you, it awakened a feeling within my heart. A feeling I had heard about, but never knew was true for myself. There were so many new emotions happening for me as we got to know each other, and I apologise that I took so long to express them to you. But looking back, I feel like it was perfect. The way we got to know each other and created such a beautiful friendship that has blossomed into this wonderful romance. I am truly happy every moment that we spent together. I feel so incredibly lucky to have found you. Thank you for taking the leap to move here to be with me. It's honestly amazing that you had the courage to do that, and it's the greatest gift. You bring out the best side of me, and I can always be myself with you. My love for you strengthens and grows every day. You have the most beautiful heart and brilliant mind. You are so virtuous and good-natured. You light up the lives of everyone you meet. You spread joy everywhere you go. I'm so proud of the woman you've become, and to get to spend our entire 20s together and help to shape each other's journey has been so special. I promise to always be reliable, responsible, and to show up for you. I hope more than anything to be a loving father to our children in the future. I have no doubt in my mind that you will be the sweetest and kindest person to create a family with. I promise to see the world with you and that we'll have so many more amazing adventures. I promise that we will make treasured memories of wonderful experiences and connections to cherish for the rest of our lives. I am yours, now and forever. I love you, Melissa, and I'm so happy to take you as my wife.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Melissa Kate Greenberg, take you, Alexander David Ferguson, to be my lawful wedded husband. My sweet Alexander, I have always dreamt of what today might look like since I was a little girl. The dream has changed a bit over the years, from wearing Cinderella's ball gown and marrying my preschool boyfriend Billy Macbeth on the playground, to marrying whichever hot frat boy I was crushing on that week my freshman year of college, somewhere in New Orleans, to today, here in Perth, Australia, surrounded by our people from all over the world. Not a daiquiri or playground in sight, but with you, my best friend, and the one who was waiting for me at the end of an invisible string, crossing oceans and continents all this time. There are so many things I love and adore and cherish about you. You are generous and gentle, curious, adventurous, the life of every single party and light in every single room, and beautiful down to your core. Most people don't talk about how lucky they are, but today, in front of all of our favorite people, I promise that I will always shout how lucky I am to be yours from the rooftops. I promise I will always make sure you have a vegan option. I promise to never forget how full my life and heart are because of you. Your love has changed me for good in ways I couldn't have imagined, and also in all the ways I always hoped and prayed my husband would make me better too. I promise to always apologize when I am wrong, when we both know it's rare, but not impossible. And I'll even apologize when I'm right, but I can see it'll make you feel better to think that you're right. I promise to be your confidant and protector, your shoulder to cry on, and your shoulder to drool on at night too. To know you, Zan, is to love you, and to love you, my darling Zanny, the most out of everyone in the world is to exhale, knowing that without condition, I too am loved, held, cherished, and safe. I know there is someone waiting for me at the end of that invisible string, but you and our gorgeous life were beyond my imagination. I'm so glad it's you. I will find you in every timeline and lifetime, whether we're tiny little snails cruising the sidewalks together, or whether we're two nerdy and horny little 20-year-olds in sexology class, just looking for someone else to make the days move easy. I love you so dearly and so much. Ferguson's forever.
Very, very impressive. Love encompasses compassion, determination, tolerance, support, and acceptance. A wedding ring is a symbol of that love and a reminder of the promises made on a wedding day.
With this ring, I marry you. A forever gift to match the promise of all my tomorrows.
With this ring, I marry you. A forever gift to match the promise of all my tomorrows.
Jewish tradition, the bride and groom circle one another to symbolise their protection of one another separately and then together to show their unification. So, Alexander, I'd like you to walk 3 times around your Millie wife. Symbolising their protection from one another, for one another. 2. 3. Okay, do you need help from your bridesmaid to circle around? Look closely, people. And now together, if you would just link arms and go together. Hold that dress up. Alexander and Melissa, you've openly declared your wishes to be united together in marriage. So in the presence of your witnesses, you have pledged to love each other by joining hands, declaring remarkably precious vows and exchanging wedding rings. By the authority vested in me, I am now truly honoured to pronounce you husband and wife. Alexander, you may kiss your bride. Ready for your mazel tov. When you're ready for the mazel tov. Mazel tov! You are wonderful to work for. Shortly, we are now going to sign, of course, the marriage certificates. There's 3 of them, and we're going to wander over and sign that. And there are 2 very, very special people that